Major developments this morning in that case involving the young woman accusing several former San Diego State football players of rape. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Conrad.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Good morning to you. These developments, I should say, include DNA testing results, new questions about a video of the alleged victim on social media, and a new legal battle that's brewing.
CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live now outside police headquarters with the latest on this. Dana Marie.
Well, good morning, Eric and Netta. That's right. A lot of information that's new to break down for you this morning. I do want to start with the social media video you referenced of that alleged victim. It's raising questions about her age. So take a look. We are blurring her face out because it does show that she's the teenager who says she was allegedly raped by several San Diego State football players last year at an off-campus party. Now, in the video, the then 17-year-old appears to be at a different party earlier that same night, and she can be heard repeatedly telling people she is 18 years old. Now, an attorney representing one of the accused football players did send CBS 8 the link to that video, but he did not want to speak on camera. The legal analyst we spoke to says it doesn't really matter what the girl said about her age. They can charge them with what's called statutory rape because she was a minor and they were not. And now another large development this morning, we're learning the results of DNA testing that shows multiple men did in fact have sex with her. The test confirms multiple assailants. Now, San Diego police report was just released to the alleged victim's attorney, Dan Gillian, and here's what he told us.
We're filing a lawsuit because they redacted the names of the defendants, and they don't have a right to do that.
Now, those DNA testing results did not name the people who had sex with the alleged victim. The names of the defendants and witnesses were redacted, and that's why now Gillian is suing the city. No criminal charges have been filed. Now, one of the accused football players, Matt Ariza, only just last week gave a DNA sample to investigators, so it is possible that the DNA testing isn't really complete yet, and it probably will be a while until we find out if any criminal charges will be filed. Of course, there are updates coming in. We get them to you as soon as we can. CBS8.com is a great resource if you'd like to read more on earlier editions of this case. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from San Diego Police Headquarters.
Dana Marie, thank you for explaining all of that to us. Today, Vista High School is canceling its varsity football game, as well as other after-school activities, all after that apparent hazing incident involving some of its football players. Vista was supposed to play Poway High tonight. Parents have been rallying outside Vista High School to demand accountability after a video of the alleged incident was then shared online. The school says it is still investigating.
This morning, the families of two Americans being held in Russia will meet with President Biden. WNBA star Brittany Griner is appealing a 9-year prison sentence on drug charges, and Marine veteran Paul Whelan has served just over 2 years of his 16-year sentence for espionage-related charges that he denies. The White House has been in talks with Russia for their release. And this morning, a special master has been named tasked with reviewing the documents seized from former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. Trump's pick, Raymond Dearie, was selected. However, in her ruling, the judge rejected a bid by the Justice Department to resume its criminal investigation into the classified documents. The DOJ is planning to appeal. And this morning, President Biden is criticizing Republican governors who have sent migrants to designated sanctuary cities. Yesterday, buses arrived outside the vice president's home a day after migrants were flown to Martha's Vineyard. The flights were arranged by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, whose state has earmarked $12 million to send, quote, unauthorized aliens to Democrat strongholds. The Republican governors say it's a protest against the significant rise in illegal immigration under President Biden. President Biden called it a political stunt.
This morning, rehearsals are now underway for Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Hundreds of soldiers and bagpipers, they're practicing for what's expected to be the biggest international event the UK has hosted in decades. And CBS News will carry a special report for this funeral starting 2:30 in the morning on Monday. You can still watch your local news. We'll be on starting at 4:30 a.m. on our sister station on the CW San Diego. And then once the special report ends, our local news will resume right here on CBS 8.
¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva! ¡Viva México!
That'll wake you up, right? Look at these huge crowds. Big celebration. Today is Mexican Independence Day. That is Mexico's president you just heard from giving the El Grito, I should say, or shout in Spanish, to celebrate the country's independence from Spain. And here are some local celebrations that you can take part in. The House of Mexico in Balboa Park will have a free event today at Spreckles Organ Pavilion. Also free celebrations in downtown Chula Vista at Memorial Park and at the Old Globe tomorrow.
And we are getting a new look at a rare, close encounter. Take a look at your screen here. A group of people out fishing spotted two megamouth sharks off of our coast.
You don't hear the word megamouth very often right now. Some insight from local researchers. In fact, the fishermen are getting ready to meet the researchers today. CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us with a closer look. Good morning, Chris.
Quite a catch without even having to put a line in the water. A really rare species of shark that was captured on camera. Extremely rare to get that video. In fact, take a listen to the fishermen describing their experience.
The thing with fishing is, what keeps me going out of, so I've been fishing all my life, and what keeps me going back into the water is you just never know what you're going to find. I mean, I thought I had seen it all at this point, but, who would have thought that I was going to see two megamouth sharks?
Yeah, and the trio of fishermen made up of Val, David, and Andrew, they are the ones that saw that megamouth sharks and did the right thing, grabbed their phones and took some video. They were fishing 30 miles off our coast and not having really any luck. That is until they saw those two sharks right underneath their boat. Now, the reason why it is such a good idea to take video is because, according to researchers, megamouth spottings are extremely rare, especially in our waters. We mostly see them in Southeast Asia, and even then, it's after they have been caught in fishing nets. In this instance, we just see the two sharks swimming peacefully, not bothering anyone. According to a researcher we spoke with, we don't even know how many megamouths exist today.
They spend the majority of their time in deep water, pretty far offshore, but there's just a lot of unknowns about them. We don't know where they're spending all of their time and the majority of their time because we see them so infrequently.
He has the only known footage of two megamouths together. And another cool aspect to the story, the fishermen are meeting today to document their experience in a scientific journal. Netta and Eric?
Pretty cool to see, isn't it?
And just for people's reference on these megamouths, it's literally a giant mouth, and they're deep sea sharks, so it's really just rare to ever see them, let alone here in San Diego.
Unlike the jumbo shrimp, the name actually speaks to the species, right?
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got jumbo shrimp before. Like, where's the jumbo part of this?
Nothing jumbo about that, but those sharks are jumbo.
That's right, yeah, gumbo. All right, thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right, checking in on the forecast. You're doing double duty here today.
Yeah.
Netta, cloud cover out there today. Things staying a little cool this morning, I noticed. I turned off the fan last night for the first time this summer.
Dare I say you may even need seat warmers in your car this morning. We've been talking about all these interesting sea creatures coming along our coastline. Right now, because the water has been pretty clear, you're able to see a lot. Those leopard sharks, rays are out there, sea lions, of course. Pretty nice time to go out into the water. I will tell you, water temperatures are in the low 70s, so pretty comfortable, similar to what the outside temperature will be, in fact. Looking at wave heights, for those of you who do love to go out to the ocean, this actually is the buoy right there at the Scripps Pier, 5-foot wave, so that's pretty decent size. 2 to 4 footers right now. We will have low tide around 6:25 in just the next few minutes, so we're coming up on low tide. High tide will be around 1:30 this afternoon. Ooh, look at this beautiful view. Our sunrise here in about 20 minutes from now. So you see that early morning glow. You kind of see a little fog just in the lower valley locations. That was San Miguel's view looking east. Here's Mount Soledad, where you also see the early morning glow. I love this time of day. 66 degrees. It's also the coolest time of day, but you're only in the 60s for the coastline. So that is a little bit warmer compared to the 50s that you're getting in Ramona. 53 in Ramona, 55 in Alpine. But overall, I would say this is sweater weather, just because I can't handle anything below 70. But looking at your 24-hour temperature change, it is cooler, significantly cooler in places like Ramona and Alpine and El Cajon this morning. Today, for this afternoon, upper 70s inland. Sunny skies bringing you to the 80s in Escondido and Ramona, 81 in El Cajon. Chula Vista, you'll be at 73. Downtown San Diego, 75. And then Borrego, not in the triple digits today. You'll be in the upper 90s. Coming up, of course, we're going to look at your weekend forecast and tracking a storm system that's way to the north, Gulf of Alaska right now. We'll let you know how it's going to impact us.